Okay, guys, a new week's about to start, so you know what that means. Sniper Sundays, new week, new pips, all of that goodness. Yeah, so let's actually start off with how we usually start off, what we actually looked at last week. So let's start with DXY. As you can see, when this loads up, I wanted a down move here before we see a big up move. And let's hit play on that. As you can see, kind of made an up move and then kind of heading down now. And as you guys know, I always update my trade idea. So you can see before this even started to head down, I already kind of anticipated that. So kind of created double bottom, creating some liquidity down below, went up. And then as you can see, we're about to snatch that liquidity and then potentially head back up. And if that happens, then I'll be really, really happy because as you guys know, I've been waiting for gold to drop for a very long time. So I'll be really happy if that happens. Okay, so let's actually open up gold. So as you can see here, I published this on 25th of October. Let's hit play on that. So you can see I kind of had it to go up into this area and finally clear this imbalance and then head down. As you can see, it's kind of playing around in that area. So we managed to catch a sell into this area again because we had some institutional player right there. Caught a sell, caught some pips. And then here, I remember on this, when was this? Wednesday. It wicked me out. I had a buy limit right here. It wicked me out, took me out, made me lose, and then it sprung up. And luckily, I saw it just in time to actually catch a buy from here. And I caught a buy, started consolidating, and on Friday, just before the market closed, I caught another buy right here. So heading into this week, maybe we might finally see this imbalance get filled. Okay, so we'll keep a close eye on that, and hopefully it does finally happen. And then potentially we could see our big fall happen. And as you guys know, I always update these ideas. So if you're following the trade idea, then you can obviously see I'm following it literally every single step of the way and everything that's happening. So you can see it's literally just kind of following what I want it to do right now, even though gold is a very temperamental pair, but we know this 1527 level needs to be met. And when it does, it could be, finally, it could be the level that actually sees us come down a big, long way. So we'll keep an eye on that for this week and then we'll keep it stepping. Okay, so that was gold. What else was I looking at? I don't really trade US oil, but it's something I've been kind of taking interest to. So kind of just marking out, seeing exactly how it reacts, seeing exactly where we could potentially get entries and seeing if the institutional style of trading actually works with this. And it does with everything. So if I just hit play on this, you can see we went to this up move. It created a double top right here. And then I said it's going to kind of come down and then head back up. And if I just kind of start that again, you can see where my arrow started. I expected it to come down further just to retest this level right here and then head up into this area of interest. And it's done exactly that. So we're heading back up into this area right here. And around this area, I'm not too sure exactly off the entry I want to use. I kind of marked out this area here, but I'm just going to wait for it to kind of get into the area and see exactly what price action is doing. So we'll keep a close eye on that. US oil, not a pair I usually trade, but a lot of people have been requesting it recently. So I'll definitely keep an eye on that because the amount of pips you can actually catch on that is ridiculous. Okay, so you could imagine, I only trade the specific pairs. As you can see, gold, GBPJPY, US30, all these kind of pairs. And I focus solely on them because I can add more positions when the move is actually happening, which makes up for whatever other pairs I miss out on. So keeping my close eye on these, I'm able to anticipate literally every single move to actually get maximum profit out of it. Again here, I kind of updated this idea. I expected it to kind of take this liquidity and head down. And as you can see, I actually updated. Oh no, this was an updated one. This was the new one that I actually published. But let's just hit play on this. As you can see, it would have taken you out by like 2 pips over there. But if you managed to get back in, you'd have been lucky. And I was one of those people, somehow it didn't take me out. I'm not too sure exactly why. I had my stop loss right here, but for some reason, I'm not sure because of the spread, it literally kept me in the trade. So I was quite happy. I'm not sure why it didn't take me out, but I'm not going to complain. Money in my pocket. Thank you, brokers. Okay, so caught this down move. And then as you can see, when we actually go through this week's trade, I've got, I'm still holding on to one position here. I closed out my other 3 positions, still holding on to this one that entered right here. Hopefully, actually, let me go into this week's actually analysis, and then you can actually see exactly what I'm talking about. So GBPJPY. So I've actually updated this now. So I'm looking for new entry. Okay, so let's just zoom into this. Okay, so caught that sell right there. As you can see, it went down. I've closed all these 3 positions, still got one holding right here. But the question is, are we gonna kind of get a retest of that level? Because we've got some institutional play right here. Okay, so on a smaller time frame, I actually managed to do that. So let me go on a smaller time frame where I put that black line right there. Okay, so 1 hour, yeah, this is why I put it right here because yeah, on a smaller time frame, it shows you more clearly of that institutional play. Okay, so we caught the initial sell from there, and then we wanted to head down. And you can see it's been doing its thing, kind of floating around, and I'm wondering if it's going to come back to mitigate in this area. Okay, so we'll keep a close eye on that, but I'm still holding that one open position because we still got a lot of move to the downside. So if we're just going back on the H4, then you can see exactly what I'm looking for here. Okay, so we need to kind of mitigate out of this area and then potentially head down to kind of come into this price level of 137. Okay, and you're probably thinking why 137? Because we had previous what you call resistance over here, support over there, and headed up. So it's kind of want to just see what happens at these levels. But the key main price for me right now is 138 because that's an open order by the institutions. And if you've never seen me trade before or understand what I'm talking about, open orders, imbalances, the whole lot, like I've always said, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. Feel free to reach out to me on here on this YouTube channel, and I'll respond to your message. If you want to learn this style of trading, then I'll literally walk you through it and I'll show you exactly how you can learn it for yourself as well. So let's actually move on to gold. So my latest analysis. So like I said, I caught a buy late Friday, just right here. And then it's kind of headed up. And I'm wondering if this is finally going to be the one that takes us into this 1527 level for this big sell. We've got imbalances to fill just above here. We've got equal highs where liquidity are, and then we've got this institutional play right here. So there's a lot to look forward to because you can see this imbalance right here was higher than this, and you can see this wick literally came into it and then kind of sprung up. So I moved this here because now we still got this imbalance here to fill. So I won't be surprised if the market opens and we're back down here and I get wiped out of my buy and then it heads up again. But I'll keep a very close eye on that level right there. So hopefully with the opening market with a kind of nice kind of move, or if it stays the same place and kind of heads up this week into 1527 because there's a new month, which means the monthly candle is now open because price and timing is very important in trading. Not many people get that because they want to see a move happen now. Like as soon as you see a setup, you're like, yeah, it should happen now. But you have to understand that price and timing has a big factor in this. If it's like the end of a new month, end of a month, then you might potentially see the move happen in the new month because the end of the month, those candles need to consolidate. And if I just show you what I mean. So let's just go to a monthly candle. Let me just reset this. Actually, you know what? Let me pull up my other gold chart so it's more clear. So if I go on a monthly on this, you can see. Okay, so on a monthly, these are the two areas I'm looking at. So right now, this is the 1527 area that I wanted to come to. So on a smaller time frame, will be around there. Okay, 1527. But we could potentially also come to 1564. So those are key levels that I'm looking for. Okay, so on a monthly, you can see we just had a new print of that candle. So this one needed to close like that. That's why you saw all that consolidation happening just towards the end of the month, because this candle needed to close like this. But this candle wanted to open to go more bullish. So you can see why I've got these two areas marked out, because we've got some institutional play right here. Okay, so 1564. And we've got one at, what's this price level? So go on 1687. So very ambitious, but we don't know what's going to happen. So right now I'm in a buy. I'm not going to close that until I see what's happening around these areas, because we could potentially head up another, how many pips is this on a monthly? Okay, so from there to there, we're looking at just about 500. From there to there, we're looking about 2,000, well, 1,700 pips. So I won't be surprised if this kind of springs up into those levels right there, and then we see a big fall. So I want to keep a close eye on. But just heading back to what I was talking about. So let's go back to our normal time frame. So 4 hour, and just reset that. So cool. We caught that buy right there. So like I just mentioned, we could head up into 164. We could head up into those areas because on the smaller time frames, you can see there's some institutional play that's happened over there. Got equal highs to kind of take out. And what was the other price we looked at? 16. Can't remember what it was. But anyway, we'll focus on that when we actually get there. But for now, we just want to get to 1527, okay, to see what happens there, and then hopefully get our kind of sell off into this area, kind of fill this imbalance, clear these liquidity levels, clear that imbalance, and then it will be very interesting to see what happens from here, because we could easily spring back up, or we can actually drop to where I've actually anticipated it dropping for a long time, where it's been clearing this liquidity area here, coming into this area where there's some open orders, and then springing back up. So we'll keep a close eye on that. So I already spoke about US oil, Euro AUD. This one has been kind of just very, I'm not too sure what's going on with it. I've got into a buy like 5 times now and it's still not going up. So we might see it finally come down to this level here to clear this liquidity finally. I expected it to kind of just create it, but not kind of use it for now, to first clear these areas and actually mitigate out of here. Okay, so that's what I was expecting, but we don't know. We don't know. We just have to wait and see what happens. But right now it's looking like it wants to come lower to finally clear this level right here and actually come into this area to mitigate out. So we'll be kind of keeping a close eye on that as the week goes on. As you can see, I already bought many times from this level, and then it looks like it still wants to come down, but we'll keep a close eye on that. So that's what I'm looking at for Euro AUD. So long term, as you guys have seen my markups on it already. So this is what I'm kind of expecting. I want it to kind of come either to there to bounce up or here to bounce up. And then we've got a big sell-off to clear all of this liquidity just below here. Okay, and we also got imbalance right there also. So that's Euro AUD, Euro NZD. And last one for this week that I'm going to be showing you guys. So again, you can see what I'm looking at. So let me go on a 4 hour. Okay, 4 hour. Again, caught multiple buys. I got taken out here. I got taken out here. And then I bought here. Just waiting for this level to be filled because we need to clear this liquidity. We need to mitigate out of that area. And then we could have a nice kind of trade from here, where it's like a 500 pip move. And that's basically what I want. But again, similar to Euro AUD, I won't be surprised if this just kind of falls through and doesn't give us that move at all and comes up from here to actually kind of go to clear that area. So I won't be surprised if that happens. But if this happens, then obviously we're very good because we're catching more pips rather than not knowing exactly what's happening here and then catching less pips. Okay, so again, another one I'm keeping a very close eye on for this week. So that's it for this week that I'm showing you guys. That's what I'm focusing on really. And like I've said before, if you don't understand the terminology I'm using, like imbalances, open orders, liquidity areas to clear, finding these kind of entries where you've got like minimal drawdown, all these kind of things, like feel free to message me and I'll show you exactly how it is I learned, how you can learn, and how you can actually become a better trader, understanding what's really happening in these markets. Because you hear things like stop hunt, stop loss being taken out, all these kind of things, and you're thinking, why did that happen? Even though I was really heading in the right direction, why did it take me out and then actually head in the direction that I was actually planning to go? So these things happen for a reason, and that's why we understand exactly why things are happening. Okay, so if you want to learn, like I said, just literally simply reach out to me and that's it. We'll have a conversation. I'll show you exactly how it is that you can actually learn this for yourself, and then we'll take it from there. But have a great week, catch pips, and reach out to me if anything. Until then, take care, have a blessed week. God bless. Okay, take care.